Okay. Now we'll have good connection, I think. It drops down. It's deleted 2 bars. Shit. Oh, it says excellent from YouTube's end. Okay. That's it. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was showing elements of the video. I might be able to stream it to y'all without it fucking up now, I think, maybe. Oh, the delay as well, noob. That's because I don't have low latency on, because I can't connect my YouTube account to OBS, and the only way you can turn low latency on is in the settings for managing the broadcast. Wonderful. Shit. Oh, I don't have any of my disk quick keys, do I? Don't you just love new devices? While this loads,
Yeah.
16 by 10 should be fucking mandatory. So great for screen real estate. Like, this laptop's a wonder. 1440p, well, you'll only really need it, like... Let me guess, it's ended the fucking... No, it's still going. Oh my god. Like, this is really fucking annoying. Like, it keeps dropping, because 4G is shit. I want to sit in bed. Fuck's sake. Gonna go perch in the fucking window like a crackhead. Oh, god damn it. There we go. 5,000 kilobits per second. Something actually worth considering. Where fuck was I? Oh, yeah, no. Oh, wait, my Discord's frozen. Oh, great. 1 second. Oh, for fuck's sake. The fucking Wi-Fi is working better even though it has less bandwidth. I don't even know. We're back now, though. Oh, I was trying to say... Oh, why is it disconnecting again? Oh my god, just fucking work. This is driving me up the wall. Oh my god, why do they have to start shit when I'm fucking away from home where I don't have stable fucking internet? Fucking pain in the fucking ass. Are y'all still there in Discord? Because you're not saying anything.
Yeah,
Still here.
I
I'm
can
still
hear
here.
you now. Yeah.
Fuck's sake. This disconnects again. I'm not putting my fist through something. It's right, I can't continue showing the video. It's just gonna cut again. Fucking going on about playing fucking fast and dirty and stuff like that. He's on about manipulating people. Like, he literally on stream admitted that he manipulates and takes advantage of people, that he looked for someone who was dumb he didn't like, which is rich given that he treated Jeffrey like his fucking closest best friend. Whether he was lying to him and blowing smoke up his ass, or whether it was true, neither kettle of fish. But, you know, he was lying and blowing smoke up his ass. The fucking, what's it? You know, that shit's just like another element of him being super scummy. Like, what? So we're supposed to accept that all net's admitted to being somewhat bad in this regard, so that makes it all okay. It makes him not an abusive piece of shit that takes advantage of people, apparently. Like,
Crazy.
he's saying it right there in capital fucking letters, but, you know, fuck thinking about that.
Yeah, he is, and he openly like keeps talking bad about his wife in a lot of his streams, but apparently RPN and Moran are okay with that. And all this other stuff where he gets to manipulation, bad behavior.
He called her a bad wife.
Yeah. He said terrible wife, actually.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's a lovely fucking lassie. Like she ain't done nothing wrong to no one. Net's the fucking one who's done wrong to her by her. You know. My response to him in that
Mhm.
regard: you call yourself a fucking husband of any respectability.
Right. Right. And he keeps trying to blame outside stresses for his marriage's problems, specifically blaming you and others.
Yes.
It's never really him, supposedly.
It
Straight up.
was me that caused like him to beat the shit out of her years before he met me, to the point that like they cut off from each other and he lost contact with his daughter. Sorry, with his son. Um, is that what it is? Am I so transcendent that it's my fault that his son hates him? It's my fault that he abandoned them and then decided to wiggle his way back in their lives when it suited him, to take advantage of them. That's all my fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. Like, you fucking have problems with your fucking wife because you're a piece of shit and you treat her like shit. You treat everyone like shit. You use people all the time for your own emotional gratification, and you push these wacky, crazy fucking conspiracy theories all the fucking time. Like, it's all this fucking, like, deep magi fucking conspiracy theory crap. And then when I call it out,
Parapsychology.
I'm accused of being anti-Semitic. It's not even a fucking Jewish thing to go on about all this magi cult stuff. He's pushing transcendentalism. I've spoke with
Yeah.
Conrad Weisfeld about this. It's not Judaic. What Net's pushing is not Judaic. Like, it's some fucking transcendental mysticism. It's fucking like
Yeah.
inherently reactionary. I'm not opposed to religion being practiced by people. That's fine. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I am opposed to organized religion, and I am a militant atheist. But I got a lot of love for people of all sorts of ilks. I've always been in strong solidarity with the fucking Muslim and Jewish community as in my time of being a Marxist. What's especially with the Islamic community, with my fucking presence at Palestinian protests over the last was it 3 years now. um I have fucking I have met and intermingled with a lot of people that are of religious ilk. I got no beef to be starting because they're religious. I have beef with the institutions of religion, but they all know that. They'll hear me rail about it when I
Yeah.
feel like it, because that's going to come out at some point if we're having a deep conversation about those forms of philosophy. Because I'm willing to engage in that form of philosophical discussion. I find it interesting. Something that was taken advantage of by Monsieur Net, who took advantage of my intrigue with that to try and groom me into being. Well, he wanted me to go full like Catholic or Orthodox Christian, but I went agnostic and kept trying to apply Marxist principles in ways that were too principle for his liking. Like I would go real deep and hard and heavy with historical materialism in regards to looking at the way religious texts relate to what little pieces we have of history of those times. And he got like really pissy about that a lot because he doesn't believe in historical materialism. He thinks dialectical materialism is the only good thing Marx come up with, and the rest of it's all crazy hogwash. Insert his transcendental mysticism, which has nothing to do with Evola. I promise.
And nothing to do with Dugan's forced political theory. It's just That's the OG fourth positionist or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we actually had gone over that on the first stream, and Flash even like we went over some doing stuff to compare it with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, good.
Yeah. And modernity, anti-science, and all that.
It's just all these accusations of fucking what's it of fucking drama this, drama that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've done to cause drama, and I'm sick of having lies and slander constantly performed around of me. Oh, and fucking Nicole putting my mental health on blast. What the fuck's with that? Did we touch that in the first stream after I passed out? Because like that one's a doozy.
Ye- Yeah, because I had brought up part of that, and we had also gone over Jordan's, his transphobia showing up and lecturing you, and ended off like with us like calling him out on some of the
Oh, the
timestamps on his
Christian
Twitter.
shit. Oh my god, yeah, the fucking
That
fetishization of
too.
conservatives.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, no, the like I have mental health problems. We all fucking do, Nicole. Fascists don't need to know whether I'm struggling with them at the moment or not. If I want to let people know publicly, I'll mention it on my fucking channel. And actually, people saw me late last year covered with cuts on my arm, and now my camera's not on. And my bandit will go, but now my arms are clean. Like I'm definitely doing a lot better now than I was doing in October, when everything kicked off. You know, I've gotten my shit back together. I've gotten my head wrapped into work, and I've been with the UPM for quite some time now. I've been working with the For We Are Many podcast for a bit. And you know, I'm really moving on up and at 'em, up and forward. But not only is it that you put people at risk when you expose their mental health issues, because it can allow people to look at that as an open door to start trying to rip me apart, which will make my mental health worse. Just like how you know, y'all constantly having to come around about with your bigger fucking platforms to make these fucking attack
Yeah.
videos that assault my fucking senses, assault my mind, the way I think, the way I operate. That's bad for people's mental health as well. It turns out spreading lies about people is damaging for people's health. Wonders. And it's an absolute sign of pathetic, like complete lack of awareness for like the situation. Because literally, what is their evidence? Can someone tell me what their evidence is for any of their claims?
They're just committing to like rumor mongering at this point,
Hmm.
and worse. Yeah.
And what's it? This whole stream, it can't have anything to do with the Weisfeld comment because it literally says nothing. Like, and they mention it at this like a little bit at the start, and then just kind of move on from it. It has to be the fact that Jeff contacted Net because he won't like this is a common struggle when you're dealing with trauma. I've had to hold myself back from wanting to message him and, you know, stick the finger to the man kind of shit, you know, time to go fuck himself, and
Hmm.
like that you're free of his shit, not dealing with this anymore. Get fucked. But I thought about it and was like, nah, that will backfire on me. It's not worth it. He'll probably just start making a hit piece and calling me all this other crap, and he'll beg Jordan and Nicole to make videos because they actually respond to it. I mean, he tried to pressure Luke into making a video during the time when shit went down, and like stressing Luke out about that earlier this year or late last year. I can't remember exactly. It was earlier this year. And fucking what's it? It's just like absolutely mad. Like a comrade just starts to fucking like get comfortable with coming back again and hitting the fucking tee, and like Luke's got good shit to say. I want to hear that comrade preach. And then they're just being shown how much they hated this shit and wanted to be away from it when the moment they get back, someone who has helped them for a lot of shit. I will respect that Net has helped loop through difficult times, has then just basically tried to rope them into drama again. But I'm the drama one. You know, like, Net, you make people ill. You destroy people's health. Like, and I don't care whether it's intentional or not. It is damaging for people. Like, it destroys people's fucking relationships with others. It puts people at the end of your finger. It makes it hard for people to live. And as someone with OCD, it makes that shit skyrocket and get really fucking titchy. And it'll turn you into an angry ball of mass that'll eventually snap, crack, break, cry, and crumble into pieces. So like, yeah, no, it's always the net vitriol ends up being the scary part. But and you know, Jeff isn't fucking making YouTube videos. He's not going to consider those kind of things. So they're gonna go and do as any of us would want to rightfully do, and that's stick it to the man. Tell him to go fuck themselves. Tell him you're free. And Net basically took that as a way to presume he's involved with me, because he's gotten this bravado and spirit to come and start taking a stand against Nat. And what's it? The fucking you know, Net basically took that to take advantage of to take advantage of what he knows about Jeff's past and what he can lie about Jeff's past, to then use it to not only gaslight him but gaslight me. What this tells me is Net is scared. Net is scared of the knowledge Jeff possesses of the internal affairs of PSFM, the knowledge he can bring to my table, and what can be exposed out there. Because Net's fucking smart. No one told Net that fucking Jeff was speaking with me. Literally fucking no one. So like, you know, that situation where he's come out with this and all these accusations, he's made that assumption on his own. So you fucking give him that. He's a crafty little shit. But like, you know, the blind assumptions is not necessarily a show of intelligence. You know, and it's more of a show of paranoia. He's paranoid about what's coming for him, so he's trying to paint Jeffrey as an unreliable narrator, as someone you could never trust, which is kind of ironic coming from a man that changes his fucking position every fucking moment you get a chance to speak to him, where he'll lie to you that you've convinced him to hold better perspectives and opinions on stuff, and then nope. What ends up happening is you find out that no, it didn't, and he goes back to the previous ideas. Like, we're talking about a guy who would preach that matriarchy and patriarchy have to be preserved because they are, quote, Judaic concepts, end quote. No, they're not. Is this part of the accusation? Like, because I don't agree with that position, and neither do every Jewish communist that's ever existed. So, like, I just don't get that sort of position. Like, everyone will say fucking patriarchy and matriarchy is a part of their culture. It's not originally fucking Jewish. It's not originally Christian. It's not originally Roman. It's fucking Greek. It comes from the Greeks, the people who invented the two-gender system. The Greeks. It's Greek culture, and it's class culture at this point. Like, it's long been integrated into class oppressions. That's why we still have patriarchal oppression to this day, even though we are past the era. Well, we're as past the era of barbarism as capitalism can get us. But you know what I mean. Like, other than when capitalism degenerates, we are technically past barbarism. So, you know, but barbarism still lives on. Lenin makes a good position on this when he talks about patriarchy in Russia. I can't remember what work that's in. It might be in the work he did on like the what was it? It was like classes and economics in Russia. It's not the actual title, but that's what the topic of the book is. It's his first work. It's a good piece of good piece of literature. But you know, what's it? Lenin talks about the essence of patriarchy in Russia and how it represents the maintenance that capitalism brings to sort of old forms of oppression still. That even in the most developed parts of Europe, patriarchy is still a strong force to be reckoned with and is utilized to reaffirm the power of capital. And the Russian Empire is like a standout example of that, where barbarism takes a more leading role in the society because of the dominance of the Tsar. A similar affect can be seen with the with the British monarchy.
Yeah.
Let me get more timestamps. That goes on about spell work and Jeff. My personal verbal punching bag with no remorse to the whole thing. So Net's not an abuser then, but like he uses people like punching bags, and so what? This can be true for Jeffrey, but it can't be true for me. Oh, they'll just go, oh, Net's never hidden when we've never hidden that Net didn't treat you very well. Then why is these people that are either representing Net or are Net were commenting on my first video that like it's just a minor disagreement? No,
Right.
being manipulated and groomed is not a minor disagreement. It's quite a big disagreement. You know, we're talking abuse here, and all I seem to be getting from the culture warriors of MRN is that they don't think abuse is a worthwhile thing to criticize, analyze, and break down and like take into consideration. It's always just Net's our boy.
Yeah, in our first stream when we fell asleep, we went over one of Ned's stupid timestamps about him using like the saint analogy to say that he isn't a saint, but then doing victim blaming by saying, "Oh, the people calling themselves victims, they're not saints either," and basically just victim blaming, calling them liars.
You want to know one of the
Um,
craziest things about Nat? Oh wait, did he drop his like Jeff's mom's name as well? Fuck. God
yeah, I
damn.
noticed that.
But
Yeah.
what's it? So with Nat, you know why he doesn't think he's a saint? Because he rather thinks
What?
he's some of his own embodiment of the angel of death, which he calls Ares. Um, yeah, that's not a meme. That's an actual thing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, he believes he's the angel of fucking death. Like, what the fuck is the guy smoking? Is my question, because I want some.
Yeah.
What's it? I need to go for a piss, and then I'll try and blitz through this because I don't want it to go on too long. 3 hours was already kind of long enough.
Sounds good. No worries.
If y'all got anything to add, it's always good to fill in blanks on streams. Otherwise, you lose
Uh,
retention.
yeah, and that's what was I gonna say? And I mean, we also had mentioned earlier that Net did his whole reading his whole political Bundes ideology that he wrote, that he did like a 2 hour stream on recently, and I was pointing out how he's like written and verbally said that he opposes things with a capital S, and then he just adds a caveat. Well, to him, he thinks it's a caveat if he just says he opposes idealism after that.
He opposes idealism and materialism. Sounds like a vola.
And then and apparently he's not a theocrat, I'm told, because Jason said so. Even though I was pointing out citations of that opposing secularism and much more than just that.
Oh yeah, and he slandered UPM, like calling Tom Watts a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, he even said that like Tom Watts has been exposed thanks to somebody else. I don't remember. Oh well, something along those lines. Yeah.
And then he said some stupid shit. I mean, he said how the Young Patriots organization. I mean, he said some shit there was a kernel of truth in, but like took out proportion. Like he said, the Young Patriots organization were, the working class Lumpen formation. That was the original Rainbow Coalition. That's true. Their Appalachian bullying migrants uptown Chicago. But then he said some stupid ass shit how the original White Panther Party were all this middle class university students. False. Tom Watts said the origins of the original White Panther Party were working class up in Detroit, Michigan. The Tom Watts submitted, the mistake that was made was the original White Panther Party with Ann Arbor, Michigan. And that's when we started seeing a lot of the university students joining it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he took something with the kernel of truth in it, then twisted it around.
That's Net's specialty.
Right.
And then it's like Tom did make that criticism. He said, yeah, when the original White Panther Party left their proletariat base in Detroit with Ann Arbor, Michigan, then yeah, you see university students joining it. But its origins were proletarian, upper proletarian Detroit.
Yeah.
Huey P. Newton literally told the founders of White Panther Party, start White Panther Party. Like Huey P. Newton gave him his blessing, told him to do it.
Yeah.
John Sinclair, who's the manager of MC5, Comrade Pun, and other individual, can't think of the name right now. But they asked Huey P. Newton in an interview, what can we do to help you? He said, from White Panther Party.
And it also claims that the Panther Code upholds the synthesis of Newton, Cleaver, and this Bobby guy. I'll look for the last name again.
Bobby Steele, I believe.
Yeah, he says all three of them. I don't know how that works. And the Panther Code is underground, according to that as well.
Oh, we take Cleaver and Newton, who are diametrically opposed, and then we take Barbie, who's kind of in a bit of a spat with the two of them as well, and we slam them together and we get Panther Code. A walking, talking contradiction. Damn, he is correct. Yeah, that must be where it comes from.
Steele did take the side of Newton's split, but then Huey P. Newton expelled later on.
Well, yeah, because that's what I mean. Like, their politics are different, is what I meant. I meant like they have ideological differences that are contradictory between each other, and so trying to merge all three of them is just stupid.
Yeah, to try to synthesize the Newton Cleaver split would be like saying synthesize the Stalin Trotsky split.
Well, you underestimate Panther Code because they did it. I mean,
yeah.
There's no evidence of them doing it, but they did it.
Yeah, what does the Serve the People programs that Panther formations usually do? Where does the community work at? The boots on the ground education classes.
Yeah, shit. Like, I mean, the UPM's not where it needs to be, and it's still, like, stuck in a lot of ways in the online field, but it's not entirely there. I mean, the Brown Berets are involved with the UPM, and their boots on the ground. NABPP and the White Panther Party have boots on the ground shit going on. There's just teething issues. And, like, we have the New Era Young Lords that are allies. They're fucking boots on the ground. So there's a lot of shit that's already happened on the ground, but the UPM's actual organization stuff is still growing. But it's growing quite quickly. We're building up base, and it has people from all the way over in the UK coming to their book club every fucking week. I help fucking I help run the book club with Shanti. I'm the I'm the fucking I stream the PDF and I help guide people through it. Comrade Shanti runs the book club as a part of her education committee.
Not only that, though, me and Chauncey right now are talking to a comrade in Derry, Ireland, about starting up Celtic Panthers or Irish Panthers in Derry, Ireland.
Oh no, I've been speaking
And
with it as well. Yeah.
And the National Black Panther Party does serve the people feeding programs in Newark, New Jersey. The Black Panther Party's done it in Gary, Indiana as well.
Yeah.
And Cha-Cha, forget his full name, Jose Cha-Cha, can't pronounce his last name, but the founder of the original Young Lords Party. We were all at his birthday parties past August in Chicago with the New Era Young Lords and Brown Berets. And we have solidarity. We have solidarity and alliance with AIM, the American Indian Movement. Sally, our comrade Sally, she's AIM.
Yeah, AIM are wonderful. And what's it like? The Brown Berets and the New Era Young Lords, they're a standout because they're continuations. So they have a large connection to their base compared to a lot of other organizations out there in America. Panther Code, which is Panther Code's meant to be made up of OG Black Panther members and then some young folk, and it's like, okay, so they must be a continuation. So where have they been in the last 30 years, 40 years? Because if they're all Panther members, you can't tell me they all retired for 30 years and then decided to just form Panther Code in 2010 or something. That would be the goofiest shit ever. That would be so you couldn't trust people like that. Especially given the New African Black Panther Party already existed then. Why wouldn't they reach out? They were pretty big in the prisons by the 2010s.
Oh, it started as a prison formation.
Yeah,
the African Black Panther Party chapter.
Yeah. And they tried to work with MIM prison chapter and fucking MIM P basically just throw them under the bus every chance they got because they're fucking little shits.
Who's our New Era Young Lord comrade? The book club, the movie nights, that was organized in Attica. Maybe I forgot his name.
Shane Nieves.
Yeah, he's our book club, education classes, movie nights. It was organized in Attica, literally in Attica, back in the 70s, 60s. I think 70s, 60s.
We've not seen any Panther Code elders at these book clubs, though. We've not. Don't really see any Panther Code elders elsewhere, but we've seen older Panthers that aren't in the NABPP or the UPM that might be involved in some other political organizations. I've seen some elders like that. There was Elder Wallace that was coming by. He's not a card-carrying NABPP member as far as I'm aware. So there's elders. You can't say the whole, well, they're not a part of your organization. Why would they be there? No, we've had elders that have fuck all to do with us come by and say hi, but these Panther Code elders, never seen them, never heard of them. We always ask elders that are involved in different work to promote what they're doing as we would with anyone when we see them. And there's no one who said, yes, we're part of this revolutionary underground organization called Panther Code that could do with financial assistance. We're in alliance with the Arizona Underground. No one says that. And people go, oh, they're so underground, they can't say it. That's not how being underground works. Literally not. The fact that Kapakia, we knew that he was in hiding whilst he was alive and in hiding, and he was a well-known public enemy of society. That is being underground in a way where you need to be. If you are fucking almost unknown, why do you need to be so careful? If almost no one knows whom the fuck you are, how would branching out a bit instantly get you caught? You are not high profile if people don't know who the fuck you are. Everyone knew who the fuck Osama bin Laden was.
Hey, to tie back a little bit, we've had the UPM, the African Black Panther Party, White Panther Party. We have good relations with the original Black Panther Party, original Black Liberation Army members, and original Young Lords Party members.
Yeah. We might even be getting Emery Douglas at some point on the fucking Flam podcast. It's not confirmed, but we might actually have that motherfucking G come on. So, yeah. Panther Code, does Panther Code have any connections to Attica? No. Does Panther Code have any connections to the traditional Black Panther Party? Other than a guy who was probably the only member of his fucking, we might as well call it a covenant at this point with his associations with Net. Steve Struggle. Courtesy of Rob Rich. You need just like a list of Rob Rich jokes in like a notes app somewhere on a phone, and it's like, when in doubt, get your Rob Rich punchlines out.
Here's another thing too as well. Why has the Black Internationalist? Why has she never posted any Panther Code videos ever? Ever?
Yeah, these people claim that she's an ally of Panther Code.
No, I'm saying the Black Internationalist.
I'm saying.
What's that?
I was saying yet she is fucking. They say she supports Panther Code. They say that. They've actually said that. Yeah.
Yeah, they claim that, but I never seen her. She posted a video from the National Black Panther Party, not for Panther Code.
No, not for Panther Code. I think she showed like solidarity with Jason Unruh once. I probably regretted it.
Oh, I love her. I have so much respect for her. I love Black Internationalist.
Yeah. I mean, with all comrades, I have my criticisms. Like, what's it? But yeah, I fucking respect the comrade dearly. She's a delight.
She put some good stuff out there. She put some really good stuff out there.
It's been a while since I've watched one of her videos, though. Like, shit, I need to catch up.
Yeah, I post a lot of her stuff to educate people. I post a lot of her stuff on my Facebook.
Yeah, no, she's a good person to go to for education. Like, anyone who's watching this who isn't subbed to Black Internationalists need to holler up my sister and get fucking subscribing.
Yeah. She's boots in the ground. She's about the real struggle, real work in the real world.
Yeah.
Especially taking on Cop City in Atlanta.
God damn, yeah, fuck. I forgot that she's having to deal with that shit. Like, fuck.
She's involved in active organizing against it, like boots in the ground, organizing against it in the real world.
Yeah, no, I forgot she had to deal with Atlanta in general. To be fair, like, I forgot she was up those ends. But yeah, Cop City, Atlanta, like, that's one of the fucking big cop cities that sort of sparked all this shit off in the first place.
Yeah.
I can't remember whether Atlanta was the first or the second. Was it the first?
I could be wrong, but I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's it? Yeah, no, what's it? So, yeah, she's a sister that's like fucking boots on the ground. And that's the thing you'll notice, people are boots on the ground, they just know nothing about Panther Code. Fuck, I mean, I've been a bit limited because of my health, but even I've been doing on the ground fucking work, and, all of us, turns out, like, fuck all to do with Panther Code or anything like that. It's not spread to England, it's not spread over America, it's not spread anywhere, but I do find people that support the Black Panthers over here. Like, I do find people that have picked up on that stuff. I find people who have supported the New African Black Panther Party here. I nearly started a Liverpudlian Panther organization with some people, but they turned out to be fucking unprincipled, and we had some disagreements that caused us to split ways. But I was going to start up a Liverpudlian Panthers in 2020 or 2021. Oh, it might have been 2021, sorry. But it was just before I joined MRM, basically. I had just fallen out with that group, gone astray. I was a drifty mess. I was abusing amphetamines. I was still recovering from quitting opioids cold turkey at the end of the previous year. And I ended up in MRN. And fuck, was I trouble initially. Like, I was not in a good state when I first joined MRN. Especially having been abandoned again. Like, I kind of just sort of felt like I was falling down. But here we are again. Unfortunately, this time I've got like a tighter knit community of principled folk damn that these people can't shake from me. Like, what's it? It's kind of mad that like Lumpen and Gengeros are the evil manipulators, and they're really bad. But then Noob and Flashy are like super critical thinkers, and so they can associate with me without it being any problem. But then I'm also a manipulator, and it's like, wait, what? Like, does she genuinely think people can be immune to gaslighting if they're critical thinkers enough? Like, Nicole, if I am a gaslighter, you should be getting people away from me, not saying, oh, it's fine for you to still associate with her, but she's a gaslighting liar and a manipulator, and she'll twist you up, she'll fuck with you, but it's fine for you to still be with them. Make your mind up. Do you think I'm the worst person ever, or do you think I'm, like, not going to be a negative effect on these comrades? Because, I mean, if it's the fucking, I don't understand what makes, fucking Lumpen-Kelt, the guy who got sick of MRM because of his critical thinking and fucking went off and did something actually worthwhile. And then Gengeros, who was like, she barely knows, but the times that he has appeared on, say, like Jordan's stream and stuff like that, he's been a knowledgeable fucking geezer on like history and stuff like that. And Jordan has been there when I've criticized Gengeros, and he, as always, is very reciprocative of criticism. Like, he's really fucking good for that. So I don't know what makes those two so different than the rest of them. When Nat doesn't reciprocate criticism, does everything to avoid changing his ideas, tries to abuse like the need for critical thinking with a non-critical thinking that disguises itself as critical. Like, he uses a lot of tactics that are groomer and abusive, that tries to make you feel like you're a special smart person, while he takes advantage of you and uses you like a lumpen attack dog. Like, but no, Gengeros is the one that was trying to pull me into fascism. I'll say it this way: Net is pulling people into fascism. And you know what? I can show something about this. So there's something he turns around and says where, he is not a sate, but neither are the people screaming victim. No one's a sate. Shut the fuck up. Also, doubles down on calling Jeff a boy. Like, goddamn, like.
Yeah, he yelled, yeah.
Jeff told me that he seems to, like, not like black people. Jeff's not black, by the way, but, like, the fact he's using boy in that sort of tone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, what? You what, son? You want to get sucker punched? Like, that use of the term boy, I mean, doesn't originate with racism, but in America, it is associated with racism. And it makes me just wonder how this guy speaks about black people, which it's already been something that's been mentioned to me by Jeff. I can't remember if it was on Discord or on Facebook he said it. Black. Oh, thanks, Discord search function. You are very useful. 5 stars. Let me just get up fucking Messenger. God damn, dang, dingle damn. Let me find the group. Where is it? Jeffy. Search in conversation. You up?
I would add real quick too as well. Tom Watts did a lot for decades in helping organize prisoners and helping doing prisoner solidarity.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I want to add now. What prison solidarity work has the former MRN done at all?
Citation needed.
And the UPM, we have to go back to the party. We've worked with up in street tribes organizations. How about the former MRN?
I think I did remember Net in one of his videos maybe a month ago or one of the streams. He was complaining about how either I don't think it was just black people. We may have also mentioned another group. He was complaining that I keep getting like identified as a white person and yada yada. So like when I heard the timestamp and I saw it again where he just starts saying, "Oh, Jeff's a boy," you know, it was so like beyond condescending. It was like something's there.
Oh, but he's not abusive. He just takes advantage of people.
And UPM, we've had talks with the Vice Lords, Gangster Disciples, Latin Kings.
Yeah,
Rob's our Minister of Justice. He's a former Vice Lord.
yeah, and obviously Nat met Jeff 10 years ago, so like it's still kind of weird that he'd be still saying like you're just a boy. I'm paraphrasing that, but I don't want to like completely imitate him. A little bit tired, but
I can't seem to find it. Oh, do you know what? I think it was at a call. But yeah, I remember Jeff mentioning something about like Net coming across as like hating black people or having like racist opinions of black people, to say the least.
Well, that's what I don't get though. Like the former MRN talked about being, a place for lumpins, yet no kind of work or talking to any lumpen street tribes organizations or prisoners or anything like that.
I mean, they don't have any lumpins in their organization anymore, period.
Yeah, since you left, true.
I mean, Jordan is at best a pampered lumpen, but like, it doesn't come across very lumpen proletarian. Like, the guy doesn't even like. It just doesn't have those like fucking connections. He might be in that class, but he isn't culturally connected with it. He still has a chauvinistic middle class energy about him. Like fucking just speak street to the guy. You'll fucking leave him behind. He can't keep up with street conversation.
Yeah.
Would you say Jordan's a lumpen labor aristocrat?
In some ways, you could, but I don't know. It's not necessarily as an exploiter relationship. It's more so like he has like normal labor aristocrat relations and lumpen proletarian ones. It's weird. He's lumpen proletarian. He's just fucking privileged, like fuck. Unless he's got a job again. Like he's kind of weird. Like he's been in and out of jobs. He has a disability program that gives him like the ability to have his food bought for him and all that while he's living with these people. So he just has certain privileges where he can just spend like shit tons of money on all sorts. So he just has like loads of consoles and stuff. I mean, the fact he like has the economy to turn around to people and tell them to buy consoles because you get to own your media, which isn't true. Just kind of shows the mindset he has around money compared to a lot of other people. Like that he could preach a console over a computer, which is like sunk cost to fuck. You have to replace a console every like 6-7 years and to keep up with modern tech. Or with a computer you can just replace parts and keep up. And computers you can get shit for free. You can't fucking illegally acquire shit for free on a console without breaking into the console.
Yeah, and there's some people who do cloud gaming for like $20 a month or whatever. Yeah.
What's it? Wait, is he trying to imply that fucking he like in 2020 he was taking his anger out on Jeff, or was he trying to imply that like in 2020 he felt that way and then was taken out on me in 2021? Because he was engaged with Jeff since like 2013, 2014.
If I remember correctly, he was kind of rambling a bit though. but he did say to the fact that he took his anger out at someone. I can even go try to look again.
Ned says as a demarchist, Jeff is a revisionist. Well, that's funny because Jeff was the guy who invented the term demarchism. Did he mention that at all?
No, I don't recall that saying that at all.
Yeah,
No.
interesting that one.
Wow.
Net says this was in the context of Gaza and saying Jeff allegedly preached non-partisan politics. Yeah, that was what I wanted to bring up. So it's interesting he says that. So if I go and get has image, let me get it. Da-na-na, banana, bum bum banana, 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 oh God.
Ned also was accusing you of manipulating his memory, specifically at the 32-minute mark or timestamp.
Oh, it's 9/11.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the times.
Just had a moment there, you're like, wait a minute. Wow. Jeez, I'll get that up. So what timestamp was it that you said?
For the 32 minutes, 36 seconds, but 0 hour.
Okay. Oh my God, go away with the cringy music. I'm
joined here today with Comrade Ned, and we are going to be laying it all out on the line.
Wait, is this playing out both my fucking... This is playing out of both the phone speaker for like when you're on the phone and the loudspeaker. Is this doing stereo that way?
Honestly, really did not think that...
Could be, maybe.
No, yeah, it is actually doing it. It's playing it through both speakers. I wonder if they both have the same driver and they just have a different speaker piece on the end.
It could be.
That's it's funny you bring that up. What's it, Rob? The Jason, like, oh, Caleb was always a fascist, and it was obvious, and it was like, yeah, and it took. I kept trying to tell him for like, what was it, like 2 years or more, and he just kept fucking ignoring me. He deafened himself. This is how much of a dedicated Marxist to criticism Jason is that he would deafen himself whenever I was criticizing Caleb and stuff, and just showing his ass. Now I'm gonna do this with a video the jankiest way possible. I'm gonna play it on my phone.
Yeah, a real great pawn. He's speaking, like a person would. If I was But let's see, like, Kara is still telling people that I control Jordan for proxy and made Jordan criticize her through proxy. Not true. In fact, I was begging Jordan before Jordan took down that video. I was begging him to please take it down. Don't you understand that Kara thinks I did this somehow? He's like, no. But then he did bring it down for somebody else because somebody else had asked him.
Paranoid ramblings. What actually happened was he had fucking dropped that, and then that actually popped up to me. I can even read the chat. You wanna hear the funniest conversation ever of someone just talking a pack of lies? Let me bring up Skype. Let me go down to the elusively named Comrade Net. Isn't it mysterious? You never see his face. Just giving him the Gengaros treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he popped up to me, like on that day, talking about like, on that day that Jordan started like railing at me, he brought up this he just messaged me and went, Jason Unruh had 2 mental breakdowns in 2 days. Poor sod. No one should have to go through that. I left an unlisted video prototype in the Convergence chat. You should listen to it before accusing me of things I don't even have time to do. So this was because in the video I turned around and said that, like, this stinks of fucking net, because it did. I just turned around and went, I don't have time for this org's bullshit. Rather than engaging in formal struggle sessions amongst comrades, y'all think making stupid videos full of smoke blowing and lick-arsing to then drop baseless assertions is how one quote-unquote does criticism. For me to point out it's uncomradely shit and bollocks for Jordan to then move and slander me with absolute bullshit, call me all the names under the sun, including transphobic slurs like calling me an SJW and a gender warrior, and then acting like I am going to use being trans as a weapon. Fuck out of here. Calling me a narcissist when I break my ass backwards helping other people all the time. This slander-ridden toxic mindset towards critique is pathetic, and I'm done with it. I'm done with all this pathetic nonsense. No one communicated shit, and then I'm expected to be all lovey-dovey about it. When I've lost my rag a million different times because of the lack of communication and childish, uncomradely behavior of this quote-unquote org. This is pure horseshit, and I'm done with being trampled on. I'm done with being quiet on all the fucked up shit that I've had to endure over the last 2 years. He's like, what org? There's not been an org, and I left mine unlisted. Not dogging everything else you are saying. In that unlisted video, I make the suggestion that Jordan go on your stream and that you two resolve things because he did a video on you and he should go on your channel. No, he shouldn't. Keep the fuck off my channel. Now I kept this unlisted because I was mostly just venting my thoughts to you and everyone else. But seeming as this should be internal, I am keeping this internal, and that is a suggestion only. 100% unlisted. I did not put Jordan up to anything, but I do confess to what I actually did wrong. I wish you would have more faith in me that Kara. I need your critique of what I am saying, and look, I have kept this internal. The video is a bit of a manic panic. This is gaslighting. He's literally come in at me and tried to make it out like this. And I remember watching the video, it was like fucking full of shit. And I literally turned around to him and went, keeping it internal would involve actual conversation, not fucking making videos. There is a lack of comradely shit going on here, and I'm pig sick of it. The fact I'm being accused of being terminally online, that was something his video tried to say about me. Yeah, this is how y'all think quote unquote criticism amongst comrades works, is petty as fuck. And he's like, I came back after Shabazz to seeing you accusing me of something I did not expect to happen. The fact that y'all hyperfixation when my critique was much larger than that is another fashion of petty. And then I have Jordan slandering me with reactionary shit in his follow-up video, shouting at me like a complete tool. And then, like, he just, like, did the whole, my wife is going to sleep, I don't have time to get into this, I have shit to do tomorrow. The video is, what I have is unlisted, and it is me that I destroy in it. You had a chance to contact me instead of making the video. You and Jason left those chats hours ago. You had a chance to call me. You chose the path of least resistance and have put the onus on me to rat chase your shit around like a fecking gimp. The fact of the matter is, no one is engaging in internal struggle sessions, so it's my turn to return the dose of your medicine. Why should I play with kid gloves? Because y'all don't know what a fucking struggle session is. Okay, Kara, but that does not give you the right to claim I put Jordan up to something which I did not. And I responded, you pressure him to make videos like this before, whether it quote-unquote came from the street or not, whether you were just the messenger or not, I don't care. I've seen you do this around B-liberal content, I've seen you do this around other content. Maybe take the onus, whether messenger or not, that you, rather than suggesting the idea of making a video is stupid, instead went along with it like a complete ass. And then he does this thing where he goes on about, I've been trying to clean up this room every day. It's always his excuse. He goes on about how messy his living environment is as an excuse. It's like, I live in a messy living environment, but when someone's criticizing someone, it's not about whether you need to clean your room or not. Fucking go do that and come back to me. You don't need to answer me the instant I fucking message you. Like, it's just an excuse. It's not responding to the thing. I decline to do the B-level shit on your wishes, actually, but I am willing to direct his fire on me if I must. That is my resolution. No, he didn't, actually. What he did was he refused to push back against it, claimed he did, and then just left MRN, so he had no responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm not on about that thing. I'm on about Jordan streaming content by B-liberal long after he said he was done with it. And then he called me on Wire. And then I sent him the Marcus Garvey quote. Because he spoke to me on Wire for literally 6 minutes, maybe less. And I sent him the quote, we are the first fascists. When we had 100,000 disciplined men and children, Mussolini was still unknown. Mussolini copied our fascism, end quote, Marcus Garvey. And then, what's it? Over like, what's it? 13, 14 hours? 14 hours after I sent that, I get a message. It turns out that a man from the streets shares your position on the Marcus Garvey thing. He even used the same exact quote. And man is capitalized and streets is capitalized. So, like, man from the streets. Is that, like, his name? Like, I mean, I put caps lock sometimes on things to embold them, but, like, it does just come, it makes it read in a crazy way, because it goes, it turns out that a man from the streets shares your position. Oh, and he just happened to use the exact same quote. It's interesting how the video was set up by someone from the streets, and then it took them this long for them to come out and criticize it. Like, what? What was the original criticism? Why wasn't any of this talked to? I wasn't about criticism being done privately. I don't know if anyone's noticed my language. Internal. I'm on about an organization. I'm on about us coming together and doing struggle sessions and criticizing each other. I don't want it to be someone just DMing me criticisms. I also just don't think an organization will ever remain in strength if it just publicizes every single fucking struggle session it ever does by doing them in video form. Like, it doesn't make people learn. It makes people get vitriolic and aggressive. Makes people get defensive.
Well, they block fast right away. That's the thing. They could just kick you off from like dialogue or, engagement. And that's what they do with the comment sections, etc. Block, 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 and then they call you a fascist, like with Jordan, like coward sniping shit.
Yeah. And he went, private criticism of you. You need to stop acting like you are not a leader. You are a leader. Deal with it. That one always sat weird with me. I don't think I'm a
Yeah.
fucking leader, and it always felt kind of like it makes me anxious about the kind of weird prospects he had for me, because like fucking he was grooming me all sorts of weird ways, and it almost felt like he was using the fact that he was looking for someone to replace Jeffrey. Jeffrey was like his close friend, pal, leader of his PSFM America organization and all that shit. He was looking for a punch bag replacement, and I think Luke was his first point of call. Luke's a really smart lad. He's a fucking crafty and creative thinker. And then I think Net started trying to grip onto me as well. And then because there was 2 points of choice, he started to make us contend with each other for Net's affection, which I bet Net got off to real fucking well. And I don't mean in a sexual way. I mean more in a narcissistic way.
Yeah.
Comrade, I don't know how long I can go on. All this stressed me out. I tried to tell you several times that I saw a rift coming between the two of you. The issue is, I may have been one of the only ones openly telling you how I saw things. I used to yell at Jordan, telling him to speak for himself rather than go along with whatever next thing all this drama happens on Shabbos. But if it helps, he surrendered. He would have been better off being as open as he was to me. When folks are not open, they degenerate behind the sciences. 3 minutes long. There's a problem with this. I've been put up to videos by Net and his fucking supposed people he works with that some of them exist, some of them don't. I'm not gonna sit here playing fucking Where's Waldo, but it would always happen on a Friday. When Shabbos starts, Shabbos or Shabbat, that kicks off with Friday evening, late Friday evening, and it doesn't end until Monday morning. Or is it Sunday evening? I think it's Sunday evening actually it ends. But Shabbos Shabbat, or Shabbat Shabbos, that is the fucking that is an important set of days for religious folk, and there are a lot of traditional Jewish folk then that'll stay away from technology in those days. Fair enough. But it's kind of interesting that one would deliver people content that needs to be made on a day when they can't actually ascertain towards criticism around it and get involved in that regard. So, no, I don't think that clears Net up at all. If anything, it's this kind of scrambled, like, well, I couldn't do anything about it. It was on Shabbos. What am I supposed to do? All this drama starts out of nowhere. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, you are a leader. The network you are doing with some of the others is called Lumpen-Maoist News, according to Nicole. And she sees you as the leader. So I hope you just finally accept that you are a leader.
It's like it's a weird form of ego boosting.
It's almost a spiteful form of ego boosting.
Yeah.
What's it like? Trying to just keep me roped in with all this shit, like as if I'm just gonna stick about with all the continuous lies and slander and other crap, as if that suits me. Oh, I called you comrade. Oh, I said I'm worried about this. Oh, I said I'm concerned. Like, he just kept trying to gaslight me and then kept getting, like, sort of annoyed with me that I wouldn't be under anyone's thumb no more. So, I am a leader, and I've got to accept I'm a leader. I'm taking a leadership role. Which is sort of trying to spin my own modesty against me, because I've always pushed that I'm no big name, I'm no leader, I'm just some fucking lumpen pro. I'll still fucking end up being like that even if I get into a fucking role where I'm in a leadership position, and I'll be like, no, not me, chief. But like, I don't want anything like to do with that kind of stuff unless I absolutely have to. If someone's better suited for those kind of roles, they can have them. Like, like leadership is fucking stressful. Maybe that's why Jason never bothered to be a leader and couldn't be asked to do anything and put all that responsibility on the 17, 18-year-olds that come join his fucking network. Yeah, no, they put like shit tons of responsibility on fucking Luke to be a leader when he was like fucking barely turning into an adult.
And I wonder why Luke is so isolated from everybody now.
Stressed out, like that's the reason. Not to any avail. He's doing well with himself. Like he's fucking like no shade. He's done well with himself, kind of getting away from everyone. Like it's just unfortunate that shit had to get so bad that it had to go that way. But no, yeah, I speak with Luke. Not as often as I'd like, but I still get to speak with the darling. You know, he's my beloved little brother. Like, it's seeing, you know, the way stress affected him, the way he degenerated as well, that like got me so fucking gung ho about stuff, because it was just like, as soon as Luke started to drop out of the picture, MRN crumbled even quicker. It was already crumbling really bad, but then when like Luke disappeared, there was like even less principled people around, and so it kind of just felt like me, Falcone, Jason, and at one point also Jordan were like holding MRN together. Jordan then faltered and decayed. Falcone's fucking parents cut her off from us, and she was also just really overstressed because of the fucking shit that Net was putting on her shoulders, and the way that Net was using her as a fucking human shield. You know, the way she was basically the one to go out and stand up for Net or stand up for Jason, and then get all of the fucking hate mob targeting her. She joined MRN at 14. Net lied about fascists putting up posters around Phoenix and Glendale that had a picture of Falcone and Mason Steiner on it. Now, these fascists are sex traffickers. Falcone lives at the other end of the country, and so does Mason, Ohio and West Virginia, respectively. Why the fuck would some sex trafficking ring be stupid enough to draw attention to themselves by the authorities by posting up wanted posters in their own territory? Bitch, they gonna speak to the fucking gangs they have connections to and the criminal lords they have connections to find people. They don't put up fucking flyers. They speak with the fucking boss man. You know, the boss folk them, I should say. Like, you know, they go and speak with them folk. Like, they don't fucking go, let's go put some posters around and hope the common public will help the sex trafficking ring in their struggles against those evil Marxists. No. God, even Nazis know that they're not going to get very far with that. But I mean, even with them, it would make more sense if it was just Nazis that weren't tied in with sex trafficking, because they wouldn't be pulling attention to their operation. Operational security is like the most important thing in an illegal business. That's why a lot of fucking big crop areas will have a secret fucking escape fucking tunnel for you to get out of, or a hatch. Something where if the police come and they're going to go to their logical entrance, you can get the fuck out. The job fell through, but I was going to do some growing work as a lumpen proletarian, botanist, basically, where I was going to be I would have had to live on site. It's a grueling job and you don't get paid much, and you tend to get your payment in weed as well, so it's almost like getting paid nothing to a certain degree, but it definitely helps you save your own money. Or you can sell it if you want to make some up, but I'm a cripple. People just end up fucking robbing me at some point. You gotta be careful ballying about with weights that large, because like once you start selling Qs and Ks, that's kilos, you know, that's when shit starts to get really dangerous. But, you know, so you get your payment usually in weed. Sometimes you can ask for them to sell it on and you get a hard cash payment, but that'll be less money than you get selling it off yourself. because the dealer can ask to take it off of you and give you a hard cash sum. But nevertheless, you work there and you live there on site. You don't get to leave. And the building that I was gonna be working at, but like I say, the job fell through. It had like an escape tunnel that was like a quarter of a mile long, just for like getting out in the case of a police emergency. But you know, like god damn. Yeah, no, I wanted to show an image. Shit, forgot about that. Oh, I went way too far up. Okay. There it is.
Can you post it in the chat?
One second. Where's my mouse? No, click. There we go. View new message. Oh, I'll mute in a moment. Okay, no worries. I'm gonna cover this this screenshot that Jeffrey got me from when he was recruited. Cause oh wait, no, okay, I'm getting distracted by stuff though. I still wanted to watch that bit at the 30-minute mark. Yeah, 1 second.
You know, like the stuff that I'm now divulging to people, I've officially now told Dark Snobia, and he kind of like scolded me. Yeah, Jordan put down that, before Dark Snobia took down that video, I was begging him to please take it down. Don't you understand that Clara thinks I did this somehow? You know, and like, and he's like, no, you know, but then he did bring it down for somebody else, because somebody else had asked him. You know, like the stuff that I'm now divulging to people, I've officially now told Dark Snobia, and he kind of like scolded me. Yeah, a real great pawn. He scolds me, you know, like a person would. If I was not me and I heard me talk about that stuff that I'd done, I would have scolded me as well.
Yeah, you might have been scolded, but that doesn't mean you weren't using aliases to fucking manipulate people. Like, the only way that shit works for anyone is that it's in the interest of either you or your cronies. Like, no one's pushing positions like this but y'all. Like, this is such an absurd thing to say, oh, I got scolded, so how could I be manipulative? I fucking scolded you, and you, like, all the time, and you manipulated me.
Yeah.
Like,
go on.
Oh, yeah. Well, scolding actually is a better way of hiding your tracks, basically. Makes it look more authentic.
Well, allowing yourself to be criticizable and, like, fucking seeming like you're able to be contended with. Yeah, no, he did that shit with me.
It's so, you know, it's sad because before this, there was a point when he had sent a message to all these other people denouncing me and several other groups, particularly me, because I was against Connor Gillis. And so I basically, yes, I had called it, and this is a little while back, but yes, I had in fact called his mom you know, and said, do you realize that your son is endorsing a pedophile, basically? You know, who got on my good side, tricked me, you know, like it's...
I mean, Net was the one who promoted Conor Gillis to even this Jeff guy, so, like, I don't know what bringing him up like that means anything to this. Like, fucking Net was willing to try and keep Conor Gillis inside the organization. And when he would have been criticized for us getting rid of Conor Gillis, that would have been before we found out about them also being a fucking... it wasn't pedophilia, it was rape that they were accused of, if I remember rightly. But, you know, yeah, like, we didn't find out they were a rapist until fucking after we'd already started criticizing Conor Gillis. And so there's no time frame or position that's given to show when this came from this Jeff guy and, like, how that impacts on him. But regardless, like, it's not that this is more he said, she said stuff. And he just kind of, like, jumped to this. Like, why aren't you finishing that thought about Jordan? Like, why you just jump into this?
And that's the thing. Jeffrey is so quick to believe anybody that has anything bad to say about me, because Jeffrey is a very... It's not that I haven't hurt other people before, but, like, I usually haven't hurt... There's not a lot of people I've hurt or burned in any way. You know, he is actually more rare than he thinks he is, because, like I said, it started in that situation. I started to feel bad, got to know him, you know.
He's so rare in it that he's been abused, and then I've come across him and I've also been abused. He's so rare. He's such a unique case. What? Like, the reason you got me and Jeffrey caught up in shit was for blowing smoke up our ass and trying to seem like this good person that you can criticize and engage with and have intellectual debates with and talk about the philosophy of things like religion and stuff with in-depthly. You got us in with that shit. You can't turn around and claim that it was like, oh, you know, I was just absolutely horrible to these people. No, you were nice as well as horrible.